right there.
Oh, my goodness. And first, congratulations to High Point. I was just asked, why couldn't you shake them? Because they're good. They're good. And we made a couple mistakes in the press when we got a lead one time. But the rest of the time, High Point just, Chaney's hitting threes, Chaney three-point play, John Brown dunk. They're very good. And so this is a really, really good win. Jeremy Sexton played well. I've seen him do it before. I haven't seen him do it in a game of this significance to that extent where he was just sizzling hot for that long. But I've seen him shoot like that before, and honestly, we really needed it. We're a tired basketball team. We're emotionally drained, and I knew somebody was going to have to step up and play well today. It's been a hard week to play Asheville, who's defending champs, and then to play High Point, who, when the game was started because of VMI's loss, was tied for first in the Northern Division. I mean, it's just a very difficult week. And our team rose to the occasion, and Jeremy played very well against Asheville, and even better today.
If you get, I mean, once you see a hot hand like that, is it just let's ride that hand and keep riding it out and see how far you can go with it?
You know, I really didn't even have to say anything because Sa and Arlon are so smart. I mean, you could see what they were doing. They were getting Jeremy in a corner, and they were penetrating. And that was part of our scouting report. We knew High Point helped from the corner. And so that was a strategic move on our part through good film watching by our assistant coaches, that when we penetrate down the lane, that they help from the corner. And Sa and Arlon are smart enough to know that to get the ball to the hot hand. And we saw them do it. 19 assists. So they're just smart basketball players, and Jeremy was hot.
You coached BJ when at Carolina. You coached the guy at Miami. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a really good guard.
Yeah.
Have you ever coached a night where a guy just had a half that efficient? I mean, maybe on a bigger stage, BJ's played bigger games and played well, but I mean, in a half, have you ever coached a guy that's had that kind of half?
No, and I'm sure BJ's out there taking all the credit for, Jeremy shooting like that. Just kidding. I really am just kidding. BJ would never do that. But no, I watched a lot of good BJ Mackey games. I was there for all of them but a few. I never saw that. I mean, that was sizzling hot. And the bucket, I'm sure to him, looked about 5 feet wide. And he made buckets. But it's also a credit to the unselfishness of our team and the intelligence of our team to be able to continue to get him those looks.
How do you keep this team focused now? I mean, you're playing a Presbyterian team that's struggling, going on the road, trap game, I guess you could call it. You got 2 games on the road this week after a great start.
All I have to do is pull out our recent scores against Presbyterian and know that it's a battle. Greg Nybert's a terrific coach, and we saw them last year be a little bit down and then won some games late. We have immense respect for Presbyterian, immense respect for Coach Nybert and his program there. But I did tell my guys today after the game, I said, you got to rest tonight. You've got to rest, and you got to get away from the game. You got to get away from basketball for a full 36 hours. And don't think about it. Our coaching staff will worry about the next step. But I just sense that we're a little bit fatigued right now mentally, and certainly going into next week with 2 road games, we can't be experiencing any degree of mental or physical fatigue. So we're going to have to re-energize ourselves on Sunday and probably go pretty light on Monday and be ready for a tough team on Wednesday night, and then a Liberty team who's playing really well over the weekend.
Do you feel like the target's now on your back? I mean, now you're 5-0. Is the pressure rising with every game now that VMI lost today, the only undefeated team in the Big South right now? Do you feel like the pressure grows every game with that?
It could if we let it, and that's a great question. We're not going there. We're not going there. We're going 1/16. We are 5/16 done with our schedule, and we've accomplished every goal that we've set out for in the league. And we're going 1/16, and we're going to fight as hard as we can on Wednesday night. Every game is our Super Bowl. We don't have any game that is our Super Bowl. The next game for us is the most important game, and we never look back and we never look forward. We just are focused on 1/16 of our schedule will be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock in Clinton. And we'll be as ready as this team can be for that game. And basically, we haven't accomplished anything of significance yet. We've gotten off to a great start. We have to be smart enough and mature enough to know that hopefully the best is yet to come. Secondly, we got to be smart enough as a coaching staff to keep pushing them to improve. I mean, every day, and they've looked at me strange a few times. I walked in and you know, we're just, wow, we just beat UNC Asheville. Well, let me show you 3 or 4 things that we have to improve on. Let me show you 10 things you did well. Let me show you 3 or 4 things that you have to, or 5 things that you have to improve on. And our in-game execution against the press wasn't very good today. So let's get better at it. You know, we got driven by a couple times. Let's get better at it. And we'll just keep fighting to get better every day, taking it one game at a time. And that has proved that has served us well when we weren't winning. And so it'll serve us, same philosophy will serve us well when we are winning. And just want to thank our fans. I mean, it's another packed house out there. And, you know, standing room only every game here. So that's a good thing. Appreciate you guys a bunch.
Jeremy, have you ever felt like that?
I don't know. The room's feeling pretty big tonight.
Can you just take us through the game and that first half? You know, I watched you come down after about the 4th one, and you were just kind of shaking your head like, you know, I don't know what's going on, but it's feeling it. Take us through that half and what you were going through.
Well, going into the game, you know, we knew their defensive strategies. So I took it upon myself to try to find gaps in the defense. I found the gaps. Teammates found me, and the shots were going in. So I give all the credit to them, honestly, for finding me, and I was just doing what I was supposed to do.
And several of those shots, you were pretty open, so it was a lot of good work by your teammates to get you open and get you the ball. Because a couple of them you were uncontested.
Right. I mean, my teammates was penetrating to the lane, and they was helping open, and I got great shots, and it was falling tonight. You
ever had a game like that, even in high school or junior high? I mean, where you just, 34 points is a lot.
I had a couple in high school and AAU, but as far as college, I have to say this is probably one of my best nights of my career.
Hey, just talk about the team. Right now, you're 5-0. You're the only undefeated team in the Big South. Is the pressure growing with that, or is it just feeling pretty good?
Honestly, we try not to let the pressure get to us. You know, we're trying to stay hungry, but at the same time, we're trying to stay humble because we know we got a long way to go and we got a lot that we can improve on. So we're just trying to stay focused and keep moving forward.
You talk about, you know, Presbyterian up next. There's a team that's struggling this year. How do you not be overconfident now that you are 5-0 in the Big South?
They're still a good team, and they're still a Division I team, and we know that we can't go out on any night and take nights off because on that night, you know, we can easily be beat. So we got to stay focused and go out there and play the game like it's a championship game.
How important is it when a team gets to this point, when a lesser team comes in to make sure you guys don't have any kind of slip-up against a team like Presbyterian?
Well, we got to be mature. You know, we can't, like I said, we can't come out and take nights off because, you know, we don't feel like we're good enough to just come out there and just show up and win. So we got to come out focused. We got to come out and play hard.
Did you sense a letdown in the second half? Not you personally, but the team. I mean, they made some runs at you. You were able to keep them, but you know, they played a little better in the second half.
Yeah, they did. They made a run on us, and we knew it was coming, and we withstood it. You know, even though they got a little closer than we wanted, you know, we stuck with it and we didn't fall apart, and we came out with the win.